Hi, this is Steven from ThemeStone, and today I'm going to talk about Rekroot theme installation. So we have a clean WordPress install in front of us, and that's where we're going to install the theme. The first thing you'll need to do is you'll need to download the theme from your ThemeForest account, like the whole package. It will look sort of like this. So now you need to unzip the package and find the theme here. You can just copy it and paste it out here, so it will be easier for you. But the theme is pretty big. It's almost 13 megabytes in size, so in many cases you won't be able to upload it here. Like you won't be able to do this. Let me demonstrate. So you go to upload theme, you go to browse, and you go to downloads, and you want to put, nope, it should not work. Yeah, as you can see, well, this means the file is too large. And if we go to media and add new, we'll see that the maximum upload file size is 2 megabytes. So what are the ways of dealing with this? Well, the first way, you could increase your maximum upload file size on your server for your WordPress installation. It differs from server to server, from hosting to hosting, so you'll need to talk to your hosting support to find out how to do it, or consult an article on the matter. I will link some articles about how to do it in the description of this video. And the other option is using FTP. So how do you use FTP? Well, you need to know how to use FTP in general. If not, you'll need to find some tutorials. Basically, you'll need to find a client like FileZilla to download and install it. And then you'll need to upload your theme to WP Content themes here, but not a zip file, but just a folder. So you'll need to unzip it, make sure there is no folder inside of it, right? So when you open the folder, there are all these files and folders right away, not another Rekroot folder, because then you'll be in trouble and the theme won't work correctly. And once you have that, you just drag it here and wait until it transfers. Okay, so when the transfer has been finished, we need to go back to our installation, go to Appearance Themes, and here we can see the Rekroot theme already. Press Activate, and then begin installing plugins. You need to install all these plugins that are recommended. Some of them are not necessary, but many of them are. And so you need to basically select all of them and press install. And then you'll need to be activating them sort of one by one, because activating them in bulk isn't always going to be possible, because some plugins want to activate earlier than others, and yet they need those other plugins to be activated. So, it's not as straightforward as just selecting them all and hitting activate. It's a little bit more complicated than that. The installation process will largely depend on your server. So as you can see, our installation process may have kind of got stuck here because we haven't finished it yet and it seems to have been stuck. So we need to go to installing plugins again and make sure that all plugins are installed. And as we can see, the two last plugins haven't been installed. I'm using a pretty weak server. It's a very simple $5 hosting, nothing fancy. So yeah, we are getting stuck here and there. So we'll just go ahead and install them, the rest of the plugins, one by one. Now we're installing WooCommerce. And we may even run into problems here because the installation of WooCommerce has already started, but it hasn't been finished. So it means that WordPress may have already created the WooCommerce folder, and we may not be able to just go ahead and install the plugin. Let's see what happens. Yeah, as I said, you can see that the destination folder already exists, and the plugin installation failed. So we go to our FTP client, or just a file manager on your hosting account, or a file manager plugin, whatever is more comfortable for you. We go to plugins, we find WooCommerce, and we delete the whole folder. Okay, now when it's done, we go back to our appearance install plugins, and we try installing WooCommerce plugin again. Usually it shouldn't take so much time to install plugins, but as I can see lately in WordPress, there are such problems. Installing plugins is becoming a little bit more complicated, a little bit more problematic. But like plugins like WooCommerce and Yoast SEO, they are free plugins and they are available in WordPress repositories. So we can actually find them and install them manually if necessary. But for now, let's give the system a chance and see if it wants to install WooCommerce, like it should. Okay, the plugin has been installed successfully. Now let's install the last Yoast SEO. Okay, the plugins have been installed. So now we need to activate them. Again, we can go back to install plugins and just bulk activate them all, but you know, most likely it's not gonna be a very good idea. Let's try anyway. Go ahead and activate. And as we can see, the WP Job Manager plugin must be installed to use this extension. Please install WP Job Manager plugin first. So we're running into conflicts right away. So we can also go to plugins, install plugins, and activate them from there. I would start with activating WP Job Manager. Then I would activate WooCommerce. Skip the stored data, no thanks. We just want to install it for now without setting it up. Okay, let's go back to plugins, and as you can see, once you activate some of the plugins, they will take you to their pages and kind of break your activation situation, so you have to be patient with them because, well, unfortunately they chose to do so. Okay, we activate Rekroot feature pack. This is a plugin that keeps a lot of functionality for our theme, and probably Elementor. So Elementor is also an important part here. Okay, and let's try to activate the rest. I would exclude WP Super Cache because I don't recommend using any cache plugins or whatever until you are not done building your site, because cachy plugins can sometimes be in the way of you seeing the changes. So yeah, maybe auto optimize as well, because it can be in the way of changes. Let's try to activate once again. Once again, as you can see, some plugins take us to their pages and kind of stand in the way of activating all plugins in bulk. But yeah, I guess we've done a pretty good job. So now we installed the theme and installed all the plugins, and we are ready to import demo data.